And we are live. And here we are. What's going on, everybody? This is your boy King Gabe here. Back, back once again. Doing my thing with this live stream. And as I stated, about to go into the official published copy of Book 10. Yes, those of y'all who weren't here Tuesday night, we read a unpublished version of this book before it got rewrote into what we have here, right here in my hand as an actual book there. So that's what we're finna get into here. Let me just sign myself in. To, in. There you go. Echo, echo, echo. All right. So, let's get on into this there. Let's say get right to the point. A superhero from 50 years ago travels from Kyoto to Italy and then to Kyoto. He's been traveling around. It has become a legend. It has become a legend. However, a mysterious assassin is looking to destroy this legend. Will Swordgirl be able to save this legend before it's too late? Find out. That's what we're about to do here. Yep. All right. So let's get on into here. The Heroes of Dream, a chilling heroic legend returns, Volume 10. You can see this picture of Naomi, aka Nightfox, here. Yeah. And then, of course, the usual proofed and edited by, of course, both my mom and wifey there, and even Casey, due to the fact of Nightbox being another character from her that you can see here. It's from inspiration, say, from both of us here. All right, go into the first chapter. Welcome to the Culture Day event. Back in Shreveport, Louisiana, Bubblina and Zoe arrived at the lake near the Hero Tree that evening around 5:30 p.m. to be transported to Atlantis. Ooh, excuse me. They ready, Hero? Asked Bubblina on her Hero watch. All set, said Hero. Prepare yourselves for an awesome sleepover party. Just then, the light glowed from the lake, and Bubblina and Zoe jumped inside. After the transport was complete, Julie arrived with her parents, Yoshi and Judy. Once Julie showed her parents around, they all went to the equipment and vehicle storage room where Hiro was ready to take them to Kyoto, Japan for the Culture Day event. I had a treehouse like this when I was little. I never leave, said Yoshi. Julie smiled and said, Well, just like just like my friends and I are the heroes you can only dream of. This base is the base you can only dream of. We thank we thank you for allowing us to use the hero bus to get to Kyoto on time, said Judy, with a bow of respect. If it wasn't for you, we'd never get here on time. Julie and Yoshi bowed too in respect. It's no problem, said Hiro. And with all that said, everyone boarded the hero bus. Hiro, excuse me, opened a portal to Kyoto, and away they went. Once they got there, Julie and her parents immediately checked in to the Hagash, Hagakashi hotel, a combination of the words Hagashi and Kasha, which technically means Eastern Oak, so it's the Eastern Oak Hotel. And a few hours later they were joined with their other relatives, including Julie's grandfather, Toshi, to attend the Culture Day event in the downtown area. And as you can see, Remember this from the previous book, book number 8 there. So, and to say while the events of book 8 and 9 are going on, this is what's going on over across the sea in Japan there. Yep. Check again with the morning report. The Culture Day event. It was a huge event with great excitement, and everyone had something to celebrate and be proud of. It was originally meant to be on November the 3rd, since the 3rd was on a Sunday this year, it was held, excuse me, on Friday, November the 1st. So that after celebrating all day and night, everyone will be able to rest on Saturday and attend church on Sunday. The celebration had all kinds of things to do, just like the Oil City Fall Festival and the annual Fall Fair in Shreveport. There were also people representing different schools and other places of business, sharing many stories about their success. There were even guests from other countries as well. Chapter 2, Julie Meets a New Friend. That night, while Julie was getting some sliced pepperoni at a deli stand, she almost ran into a 5-year-old girl with a backpack. And I forgot to animate the backpack in this picture. Sorry about that, Julie. See, Julie and this little girl, which of course is Naomi. You're getting some pepperoni here. Hmm. This is actually because in real life, Casey actually likes to eat pepperoni, just pepperoni by itself. Yep. It's okay, said the girl. She noticed the pepperoni and asked, "You like pepperoni too?" "Yeah," said Julie with a nervous laugh. I know it's weird, but I like pepperoni too," said the girl in a cheerful voice. "Really?" Like, "Yeah, it's my favorite next to salted hamburger patties." And that's another thing. I don't know if she still eats this way now, but growing up, yeah, she used to would eat plain hamburger patties, no buns or anything else, just the plain, the burger patty, cut up with salt on it. Yep. And I think I tried that. I think I tried that once when I heard of her eating that. And they say it's not bad actually. Wow. And here I thought I was the only one. Excuse me. Wow, and here I thought I was the only one. Say, my friends in America thought I was weird when I only ate the pepperoni slices during a Halloween party at school. You're from America? Well, I'm actually from here, but my parents and I recently moved to Shreveport, Louisiana, in America. I see. Say, well, my name is Naomi Ricky. I'm Julie Yukoshi. Wait, your last name is Yukoshi? Wait, are your parents the owners of that Yuko restaurant that's going to reopen next year? Yep, that's cool. So where are you? So where are you from? Well, my dad and I are from Italy. He was a doctor there. Really? So what about your mom? Well, my mom, Naomi wasn't sure how to explain, but suddenly the girl saw everyone screaming in panic. Chapter 3, an icy surprise. Getting right into this phase, not wasting any time here. A Chinese dragon swooped down from the sky and flew through some of the booths and stands. Say, what in the world is that? Asked Naomi. She looked around for Julie and noticed she was gone. Julie, where are you? Julie had teleported to her parents' hotel room. Hero Watch. Heroic transformation. He went through a transformation to become Swordgirl. Her hair remained in a ponytail but became spiky during the transformation. Honorable Samurai, Swordgirl. And that's the dragon right there. Pretty fierce looking creature, don't you think? Back in the downtown area, the dragon continues swooping through the boots. Naomi continued to look for Julie. Eventually, Naomi's dad, Alberto, met up with her. Naomi, we've got to get out of here, he explained. He exclaimed. We can't, said Naomi. My new friend Julie disappeared. And I want to find her to make sure she's okay. At that moment, the dragon started charging toward Naomi and her dad from behind. Swordgirl appeared and instantly got them out of the way. Hey, you guys okay? Asked Swordgirl. Well, we are now, thank you, said Alberto. Naomi was in shock. You're a masked samurai. That is so cool. Hey, thanks, Naomi, said Swordgirl. Then she suddenly gasped, realizing what she just said, as Naomi looked at her in even more shock. Naomi was about to ask Swordgirl how she knew her name until they noticed the dragon charging at them again. Uh, Getting them out of the way and everything, coming to their rescue. Oops. Wait, how do you know my name? Yeah. Notice, starting to notice some more, more pictures as we go further into this series. Swordgirl quickly blocked with a psychic barrier. The impact sent the dragon hurling into the sky. After that, Swordgirl, said to Naomi and her dad, "Hey, get away from here now." Hey, come on, Naomi, said Dad taking her by the hand, running off. The dragon revealed that it was a robot when his claws fired homing missiles that went towards Swordgirl. Naomi looked back, noticed the missiles, and ran back to save her. No! Alberto tried to stop Naomi, but he tripped and fell. And at the last minute, when Naomi got the Swordgirl, she held out her hands, making ice form around the missiles and caused them to freeze. Oh boy. It's trying to hold the dragon back, and then of course, no. Naomi may be little, but she's very brave there. Similar to Swordgirl there. And this is it might not show up too well on here because of the light colored pencils and all that, but that's the missiles being frozen in ice, and they end up on top of this building here. The Kyoto Convention Center. Due to the speed of the missiles and the ice didn't stop them, but it did cause them to miss the girls and hit to the left of them. The force sent them flying into the sky and landing on the roof of the Kyoto Convention Center. Are you okay? Said Naomi, getting up. Swordgirl started getting up as she responded. Yeah, I'm fine. But you need to get out of here to safety. Suddenly, the dragon showed up in front of the girls. Realizing that the dragon was a robot, Swordgirl immediately took out 4 of her swords and charged at the dragon and started striking it multiple times. Eventually, she realized that her swords had no effect on the dragon. Right before it slammed her down with its tail, almost like that Tiger Deva in Digimon Tamers Himerama when he said, Samurai Tiger Tail! And knocked Cubimon, Gargamon, both of them out, but then he bit Growlmon. Swordgirl landed close to the edge of the roof. The dragon was about to knock her off, but suddenly a shower of ice hit it, causing it to freeze for a while. You can see Swordgirl she's trying to slay the dragon. But it looks like this dragon's pretty strong here for a robot there. Until a frozen dragon. Well, then again, ice attacks are super effective on dragons and Pokemon. And this is, of course, costume again. And talking with Swordgirl here. Yep. Sword Girl got up and saw that the ice came from the girl. So it came from a girl with a dark blue fox costume and crescent moon emblems on it, almost like the moon emblems from Sailor Moon. Don't worry about a thing, said the girl. Nightfox, the chilling frost of the night, will help you. Soon the dragon turned to face Nightfox, and started to charge toward her. However, some of the ice got in his mouth, causing it to slow down long enough for Sword Girl to fire daggers into his mouth until it shut down and fell to the ground. After that, Sword Girl quickly teleported her daggers back to her side. Well, I guess we showed that dragon, said Night Fox. I guess so. Um, Night Fox, is it? Asked Sword Girl. Yep, and you are? Sword Girl. And cool. You're the first samurai seen with a mask. Are you from that movie Secrets of the Tiger Blade? And this is what she's referring to. Yep, Secrets of the Tiger Blade. Say, I'm afraid not. Like, oh, you look a lot like that girl from the movie. I see. Oh, we better go. We better get back down off this building now. Sword Girl took Night Fox's hand and continued saying, "Now hold on, because I'm going to teleport us." Night Fox jumped back and shouted, "No!" Sword Girl looked puzzled and asked, "What's going on?" Night Fox shook nervously and stuttered, saying, I just wanted to walk down the stairs in order to get some exercise by walking the stairs. So, see ya." On that note, Nightfox took off toward the stairs, and Sword Girl looked at her strangely for a while until Nightfox was out of sight. Just a second there. Suddenly, the dragon came back online, rose up behind Sword Girl, and shot a stream of fire at her. Sword Girl heard the fire coming and put up a barrier to shield herself and prevent the flames from getting on the roof. Once she turned to face the dragon, she fired the barrier at it to cause it to stop. Then Sword Girl quickly fired all of her daggers, say at the at her, say all of her daggers, say at. Oh, okay, okay. I jumped in. Quickly fired all her daggers in his mouth again. However, the dragon did not shut down. It fired daggers back at her, covered in flames. Sword Girl blocked it with another barrier, but the dragon fired its claw missiles at the building around her. She realized Nightfox was still in the building and wasn't for sure if Naomi had completely left the area or not. So she teleported to the stairs to look for them. However, one of the missiles hit close by Sword Girl, sending her flying off the roof. Some debris had flown and hit her. It hit her head, causing her to black out. Just as she was about to fall to her end, a mysterious man with a jetpack flew in, caught Sword Girl in one hand, made a force field appear around him, and flew in the dragon's mouth and out its back near its wings. Seconds later, the dragon exploded in dust. That's how you get rid of a robo dragon. Okay. Chapter 4, The Origin of Nightfox. There. Sword Girl woke up in the living room at Alberto and Naomi's house and saw her parents along with Nightfox and Alberto. "Are you okay?" asked Nightfox. "Yeah, I think so," said Sword Girl, getting up. She noticed Nightfox didn't have her mask on, and her secret identity was revealed. "I see that you're Naomi," she said. "Well, I guess we're kind of I guess we're kind of even, because when you called out my name, I figured out that you were Julie, said Naomi. It's almost like Superman and Batman unmasking each other. You beat. Swordgirl took off her mask and said, "Guilty as charged." It's good to see that you're all okay, said Yoshi. I hope you two don't plan on putting yourselves in more danger like this anymore, said Alberto. Oh boy. Like about to about to get some drama coming up here. Oh, okay. There we go. Some drama based on these two pictures here. But she needed my help, said Naomi. Say, your help has put her in more danger. Has put her in more danger out there, said Alberto firmly. I told you already not to do this, Naomi. Yet you don't. Yet you still don't seem to listen. Everyone gasped as Naomi held her head down. Then Alberto spoke severely to Julie. Okay, so top of hat. And as for you, young lady, I know that you have powers as well and was trying to help, but I strongly advise that you let others, say, other people who are more experienced to handle these type of situations, like what happened today. No disrespect, sir, said Julie, but my abilities are what makes me well experienced for these things, as well as my friends back in America. This isn't a make believe comic book, exclaimed Alberto. You and Naomi could have been killed out there. But don't say another word, shouted Alberto. Okay, Mufasa and King Triton. There was a moment of silence, say, in the room, as Alberto tried to calm down, and eventually he noticed Naomi beginning to cry, although she was trying not to. He took a deep breath and started speaking. Naomi, I just don't. Naomi interrupted him and shouted, "You always tell me to do what's right. Well, isn't being a hero and helping others right? Mother always believed that." So Alberto was about to respond, but Naomi ran to her room crying loudly. He started to go after her, but Judy stopped him and said, "Maybe it's best that you let me talk with her." "I'll come with you," said Julie. Judy and Julie, girl time, went after Naomi into her room as Alberto and Yoshi stayed up front. Alberto sighed and eventually started discussing to Yoshi about how Naomi became Nightfox. After Naomi calmed down a little bit, she told the same story to Judy and Julie. The story began 50 years ago in Tokyo, Japan, when Naomi's grandmother, Jenna, Jenna Katosi, at 7 years old, became very sick with a deadly disease that seemed incurable. So that's that. There's a change right there. We changed it from Naomi's mother to the grandmother, but there's something else going to be added to this. I'll show you these pictures here. Yeah, and of course Alberto's frustration there. I mean, it's an act of out of concern that he doesn't want to lose Naomi, and looks like we're about to find out something about Naomi's wife of why he's like that. There, pretty much, definitely make me think of King Triton with Ariel's beginning movie. There, and this. Oh yeah. Just when all hope seemed lost, a team of scientists that had just developed cryogenetics used their project to save Jenna. At 17, Jenna experienced a side effect due to the experiment. She had the power to freeze things, and shortly after accepting her powers and adapting to them, she became a superhero known as the first Night Fox of Tokyo. At at the age of 27, Gina met a FBI agent named Henry Ming, married him, and 3 years later, married him 3 years later. Shortly after that, they had a daughter named Chio. who at 12 years old developed the same powers as Gina and became the second Night Fox of Tokyo. Okay. When Chio turned 18, she got a scholarship in nursing at the college in Italy, where she met and married Alberto Ricci. And at 22, had Naomi. There's a big difference in the writing for this book being more focused with the character that is about there. You see right here the first Night Fox of Tokyo, and of course Naomi's parents, and they get married, and of course have Naomi. Then, the summer after Naomi turned 5, something very tragic happened. While Chio was out patrolling as Night Fox one night, she was killed by a mysterious assassin that was never caught. In fear that the assassin or more like him might attack again, Alberto took Naomi to Kyoto, Japan to hide. He made her promise not to become Night Fox. Moments later, okay, after telling the story, Yoshi and Alberto stepped outside and in the front yard to talk to each other about the situation and what to do. Yeah, it's not easy being a parent there. I don't I don't like to make my little girl cry like that, said Alberto, but I don't want to see her get hurt and have her life taken away like her mother. I wish I could have been more persuasive in stopping it from happening. Yeah, that's kind of a lot of Bruce, Bruce Wayne. He wished that he could have that he could have saved his parents. Dick Grayson wished that he could have done something to prevent his parents' death. Um, yeah, a lot of it's kind of and then Spider Man, Peter Parker with Uncle Ben's death, Flash with his mother. Yeah, it's quite a yeah. It's and to say not every hero, but a lot of heroes have suffer these tragic losses, especially involving parental figures, and in some cases, loved ones. When I say loved one, I mean outside of the parental figures, like when Peter lost Gwen Stacy there. So things like that. Uh, yeah, it's kind of yes, you see it. You'll see it a lot when you read different stories from Marvel and DC, and even other stories outside of that. There, don't get me started with Static Shock with his mother. Yeah. So yeah, kind of as and then also this scene kind of reminds me of Mewtwo. It's a little different from the situation, but Mewtwo from the Pokemon movies, the movie Mewtwo Returns, when he was in a conflict of he wanted to keep his clone Pokemon safe and in his little secluded island, but he didn't want to take away their freedom at the same time, and he was in a conflict. Do I allow them to just roam free? I mean, or is a and risk, but then if I do, I risk the chance of the outside world, treating them any kind of way there. So yeah, quite the conflict there. I know you feel that way, but it wasn't your fault, said Yoshi. It's not it's not that simple to deal with, said Alberto. How would you feel if you lost your wife or daughter? I know I would be devastated, said Yoshi, but there's a reason why things happen in your life. You're not going to believe this, but 4 years ago, my wife and I died in a house fire, but Julie survived. Alberto jumped up back in shock and said, how is that possible? First thing kind of coming to my mind with that mention was like what the boy that died in the New Testament, and Jesus came up and said, I say to you, young man, get up. Yep. Well, not too long ago, we were resurrected by the Lord God Himself, answered Yoshi. Once we were reunited with Julie, we found out that she had discovered her psychic powers. She had also taken up sword training in combination with her psychic powers in order to avenge us and bring the one responsible for burning our house to justice. Didn't you or your wife ever worry about Julie risking her life like that? At first, we were concerned, but we quickly realized that everyone has a God given purpose to fulfill in life, and being a hero it is Julie's purpose, along with her team that she's part of. The team? The Dream League. The heroes you can only dream of. They may be kids, but when you're chosen by God to do something great in life, age doesn't matter. Just like David taking down the giant Goliath. Chio always told Naomi and me about the goodness of God's Son Jesus Christ and why it's important to accept Him into our lives. I always thought that I always thought it was just make believe stories, but I didn't want to make her upset. She's such a happy person and always cheerful. That's what I love about her. I loved her so much that I did not only pretend to believe in what she was saying, but I even went to church with her. But now I'm starting to wonder if what she said was true. Hmm, that's interesting. Yeah, it's quite an interesting talk here. Yeah, yeah, sure. After all, you seem really sure of what you're saying, and it's similar to what she would tell Naomi and I. It is true, and it's not too late to accept them and make things right in your life. Alberto thought hard for a moment, but suddenly a swarm of small spear-shaped robots with in the sky uh, flashing red lights as they paused. The robots started firing rapid laser blasts toward Alberto and Yoshi. Without thinking, Alberto pushed Yoshi out of the way to save him, but more laser blasts came until it blew up in Alberto and Naomi's house. Okay. Naomi, said Alberto. Julie, shouted Yoshi. The next moment, the robots surrounded Alberto and Yoshi and prepared to fire at them. But just when it seemed like it was all over for Alberto and Yoshi, a shadow rushed by, grabbing the two at the last minute before the robots fired their lasers. This caused each of the robots to blast each other, and eventually they were shut down. And you got all these little robots here. And Alberto saving Yoshi there. Oh boy. Okay. I'm actually gonna. It's a good thing it's part B, so it look like we're gonna have a book 10, a part 10C, because I'm gonna stop here at chapter 5 for right now. Say I believe it or not, I actually did not sleep last night there. It was yeah, kind of, yeah, say from with the last live stream, and then also some other things that I took care of before and after the stream, and also some other things that I've taken care of today. But um like I say, I will be up uh bright and early tomorrow morning due to Christina going to work early. So I'm gonna do my best. Like I say, good Lord say the same. Do my best to meet up with you guys bright and early at 8 o'clock tomorrow, between 8 and 8:30 tomorrow morning, and finish this book in an extra stream. So yeah, so that's what we're going to do. Again, I do apologize about this being way shorter than usual. There, that I usually at least hit the hour mark there. At least um, I try to be within that hour mark, and not be too long. Um, but yeah, um, I don't want to take no chances the way my eyes are feeling and stuff like that. Um, so like I say, we're cutting it there. definitely like, share, and subscribe. And again, be here. I'm gonna do everything I can to be here Friday morning with you guys to finish the book. That way we'll be able to. That way in the next streams coming up, probably next week, we'll be able to go on to the next story. Uh, two other story, with a couple other books before the Heroes of Dream anniversary special. So like, share, subscribe. Definitely hit us up. Definitely buy our available books. Like feel it getting heavy. Um, as a support us on Patreon, just like the Iceman Universe, and also show him some love to see full length reactions to his videos, such as the um, videos like Hey Arnold, Ed, and Nettie, Courage the Cowardly Dog, One Piece, and Naruto, and also Spy Family. Also support the Miracle Crew. Um, say yours truly, Queen Tina, Big Sis Casey, and EJ the Supreme. And also, just like you hang out with us in these live streams, also definitely hang out with us on Facebook, Discord, and the Macari app. And without further ado, we will see y'all. Like I say, look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow morning to finish the book, as well as other videos soon to come. Um, and also, anybody who's watching this, if you're watching this well, no, it might take a while to upload. So anyway, um, but yeah, be on the lookout for more videos coming up there. Um, Probably if you're watching this replay, chances are it's probably going to be the next day, either before or after. Hopefully, you'll probably be watching it before or after I've done the live of the rest of the book. But also there should be a Yu-Gi-Oh manga that uploaded short. I say it's like what 9:17 right now. So around midnight, a Yu-Gi-Oh manga will be uploaded. I'm testing out something. Seems like I get more views late in the evening, so I'm testing something out. Mainly with the videos, shorts. Some of them I might try to get around late night. All depends on my schedule and stuff like that. Because sometimes I have to go to bed early. But like I said, I'm trying out with premiering my main videos around that time where they come automatically even if I'm asleep. So to see how that helps the view count. So hopefully that works out well, and make sure y'all definitely check that out. And we'll see y'all next time. Yeah, take care, everybody. Okay, I'm going to try to turn this off. Oh.